What's going on? I got a lot of kind of personal emails asking about if I could put together either a workout plan, which seems like a little too much work, or just showing more exercises and more demonstrations of more unique things you can do on the Total Body Works or the total, or if you have a total gym, using a total gym as well. Um, what I'll do here, I'm just instead of making it too formalized, I was going to almost break it up into a chest, back, um, core, legs. But I'm just going to start from the top, from the bottom to top, just kind of roughly showing you some things. And for the most part, I might maybe break up into two parts. And I can always later on make a formalized workout if you guys really want to. But just to give you guys more creativity, if you're still kind of on the fence as far as, some of you guys are really kind of sticklers on what you're actually putting in your house and what you're spending your money on. So I'll show you a little more detailed, a little more variety in the workouts, just so you can really kind of mix and match. And I'm just being a lot of things you can make up pretty much on the fly. So don't feel like you're limited to what I'm saying here. Be creative, especially if you have different attachments. I have a lot of old attachments that went to a Kalo crossover that I had. I'm sorry, well, I still have. I kind of packed it away, but things like this, dual attachment, extender bar handle thing right here. I have a couple of dip bars. I have some regular other metal cable attachments. I have a rope. And that's limited. I could show you those things today. Maybe I'll grab them in the second part. But for right now, just going right off the bat, jumping in here pretty cold. And that's what's great about here. I'm just going to show you how to warm up on that lowest setting. Again, if you're starting out, you might just start this lowest setting anyways. But for me, if I'm warming up on this thing, I want to do it. I rarely will do a workout just on here. I'll do some other things in the ground as well. But for the most part, I'll start at this lowest setting if I want a good kind of range of motion joint warm up. This actually, it looks low, but this thing can actually go totally flat in its lowest setting. But to be honest, there's only so much you can do down there with no incline. But to start out, let's just say you're doing a full body workout in your house. Warm the legs up a little bit. Just a more fun little general way instead of doing squats. Or if you're just starting out, if you're working lightly on the range of motion, your knee, you're kind of rehabbing a knee. Things like this little range of motion, this little kind of half squat. Obviously, going two legs, kind of do a little jump, kind of soft absorbing on the way down. To be honest, this looks very easy with no tension, but you'll notice I'm holding a V-sit. So just doing this is tough. Obviously, I have a medicine ball, doing rotations. I have any kind of a weight, a backpack, kettlebell, rotating as I'm doing this. Still alternating. You kind of have to think a little bit. You want to alternate feet. But this alone is tough. Okay, so that's something I'll do a lot. Again, I can lay totally flat. I'll tuck myself down so I get more rotation or more slope. Same thing. This is the lowest incline you can have. Alright, still just doing this. Again, if it was a lot higher, you can imagine I'm working a single leg here. And again, this is great for rehabbing a knee. So just kind of getting right back into, just moving. This is one of the best things you can do. You're working the motion through the natural range of motion with support. Just continuing on. A lot of times I'll hold my neck here. I don't want to strain my neck flexors. So I'll just kind of hold my hands right here behind the head. I won't do everything, but again, you can lay sideways. Laying sideways here, sidestepping up. Point the toe, and I'm already feeling this side of your obliques. Even while you're doing this, you can go here. Again, you need creative. Hold, drop, jump up, hold, come back down. For the sake of time, I won't switch sides, but I can still warm my back up a little bit. Just do a natural range of motion, getting the blood flowing a little bit. Okay. There's a few things right there. You can always put these extender strips out a little bit. You can't see them in the video, but there's 4 different extender strips. I'm just putting 2 on right now. And you can see already how much faster this has made the motion. I'm pretty anaerobic. As I keep going and I'm talking like this, the heart rate's definitely increasing. And already my feet are kind of warmed up. It's not the best thing. Maybe a bodyweight squat might be beneficial for some people, but just showing you that. Still staying at this height, I can hop back down, just warm the range of motion up on my shoulders, the pull down. And as I'm doing this, this thing slipped out of the cable, which this is actually funny because this will happen kind of time. Only on the really light settings that this will happen. They'll just slip off the wheel, no big deal, you kind of pop it back in. From here, again, just warming up the range of motion. The only thing I don't like about this so much is, again, it's limited. I don't like it so high. More pullovers, again, working my lats, as well as your stomach. You want to warm the core up a little bit. You'll notice in that first video I was at a high incline, and I was saying how hard that was, or kind of less forgiving it was on your legs and your knees. But at this angle, and this is one of the highest inclines, and it's still tough, believe it or not, because I mean you're pulling your own body weight. It's important you do these rotations, no matter what, any rotations. You always move your head as your hand turns. Okay? Sake of time, I won't do the other side, but again, this thing from the first video, bicep curl press. You might, ideally, you don't necessarily want to exhaust secondary muscles like your biceps and triceps right off the bat, but at this angle, depending who you are, you know, you can really do anything. I mean, it depends how conditioned you are, how much you want to work. But right now, I'm just kind of working through the range of motion. Just kind of making this up as I go along, to be honest with you. Nothing's wrong with this. As long as I have good form, it's too much out of whack, nothing feels out of whack. Okay, so just things like that. Continuing on at this slope. Again, going off the cuff, grabbing the top of this. You can start doing a pike. Straight pike. Your abdominals. You can do the jackknife. Single leg jackknife. Alternating. Okay. Creativity is pretty immense. Something else you can do. Dropping one leg back. I don't know if you can see this. One leg's back supported. Kind of find that mid zone. Drop step lunge. It's an extreme drop step lunge. Okay. There's a lot of form in here involved once you just hop right into it, but have a mirror. If it looks bad, chances are it is bad. You always want to get that universal rule knee on top of the ankle. What's cool is that you can get these hips as low or even with your knee, glutes really turn on. Okay. The other side, I can also do a lateral supporting lunge. Lateral lunge out here. Okay. Again, you give yourself a handle, something else to hold on to, a weight to make an external load. From here, also little pull-ups. Down. Still warming up my lats a bit more. I could always put my feet in these bars. You get sit-ups. To be honest, I never do this, but for those of you guys that, you know, think sit-ups work, then do that, but probably never catch me doing that. Something else you can do that's kind of cool. I didn't show this. I'll swap the bars out really quick. This again, real time, just showing you how easier or harder it'll be. In the beginning, these don't really slide in so easily. But hopefully this works out. Alright, so that took all of about 20 seconds. But I usually don't even do that. I'll just leave the thing on. So it's not really that big of a deal. Now from here, this is a cool one. Now if you want to switch these handlebars out, you can do it this way of doing that. I was talking before in that first video about doing the handstand push-up, practicing that. Another cool thing to do, especially at this angle, this is a nice kind of comfortable angle. By all means, you can go higher and see what that feels like. Is kind of this push-up motion, this downward push-up motion. I'm right here in a kind of slant. I come in, press straight out. To be honest, this doesn't feel too difficult at this angle, so I'm just going to crank it up a little bit higher. That's about a notch, maybe two notches up. It's already getting harder, as you can see. From here, low, pressing up. Still shoulders at this point. but you're getting a little bit of upper chest on this one as well. Again, I can go to the inside grip. I don't know if you guys can see this on this part of it. Inside grip down, more triceps, still shoulders. You can see my breathing is getting a little more shorter now too. So, likewise, some other stuff we didn't really show you. I'm trying to think what else. You know, a standard tricep extension. I think we kind of did that. Tough, no matter what. Pull over. Do that again. This is kind of a staple. It's just natural. You're gonna want to do this right away. I can go single arm. You can go reverse grip. The reverse grip gets much more harder, obviously, when you do. We're at a higher incline. And I think I'll stop that first one right now because I'm out of breath and need a break. But you can see, just doing a little bit of a few short exercises. That was real time. Took me, I don't know how long the video is so far, but I'm already out of breath. So I'll come back, wait a minute, I'll come back with some more exercises. What's going on? I got a lot of kind of personal emails asking about if I could put together either a workout plan, which seems like a little too much work, or just showing more exercises and more demonstrations of more unique things you can do on the Total Body Works or or if you have a Total Gym, using a Total Gym as well. What I'll do here, I'm just, instead of making it too formalized, I was going to almost break it up into a chest, back, a core, legs. But I'm just going to start from the bottom to top, just kind of roughly showing you some things. And for the most part, I might maybe break up into 2 parts. And I can always later on make a formalized workout if you guys really want to. But just to give you guys more creativity, if you're still kind of on the fence as far as, some of you guys are really kind of sticklers on what you're actually putting in your house and what you're spending your money on. So I'm trying to give you a little more detailed, a little more variety in the workouts, so you can really kind of mix and match. And I'm just being, a lot of things you can make up pretty much on the fly. So don't feel like you're limited to what I'm saying here. Be creative, especially if you have different